It's what you're doing, making me feel like I'm falling.
Hey guys, welcome to part 2 of painting pencil cases. If you haven't seen part 1, well, this is part 2. So you're in the wrong spot. Maybe go back, watch part 1, and then come back here. We like to do things chronologically on the Bellamena channel, so in part 2, we are going to be painting the blue sparkly pencil case. Let's just get started painting this painting. Okay, here is my blue sparkly pencil case and the strawberry frosted bunny that I have painted in a squishy makeover. I thought this would be the perfect squishy to create a fun strawberry frosted design with. The first thing I need is my white Angelus leather paint. Here we are. You can see on the pencil case there are some very deeply carved lines. I tried to sketch my concept onto the pencil case, but then I quickly switched to the white paint because it just worked better with the pencil. Along with helping me to plan my design, the white paint also served as a base coat. I figured if I put 2 coats of the white paint and made it as non-see-through as possible, then I would have to put less coats of the colored paint on top of it. That turned out to not be correct. And here we have my freshly mixed aquamarine. A perfect match. Look at that. I love to see it. I don't know if I've ever mentioned this before, but for some reason, I really obsess about getting a perfect color match when I'm mixing paints. I especially get really frustrated with my squishies when they're not matching perfectly and they're supposed to be in a set. For example, Chip was this tan color, and then when I made Chip's counterpart Cherry, her tan color is just not the same tan, and it drives me absolutely crazy. And then to make matters even worse, their baby Cindy, her tan color is a third different tan color. This is something that in the moment, I didn't realize it would upset me so much. But as I was editing my videos and watching them back and looking at Chip and Cherry and Cindy together, it drives me absolutely crazy that their tan colors are not the same exact tan color. And I will not do this to myself ever again. I need the colors to match exactly. And that is why I devoted myself to a painstaking process of mixing until I got an exact match. I could cry. I'm clearly struggling to open this very black paint. Oh my gosh. If you look inside my colors, there's one color that I'm actually missing. Can you spot it? It is a real pink. Yeah, like a true pink is not really here. We have a light pink, but no real pink. So I bought it. Well, there's actually 2 things in this package. One of them is not for this video. Those white crayons can get out of here. And we have the hot pink. When they say neon, they do not mess around. This stuff is really neon. It was so bright that I had to tone it down a bit with a lot of white, but this shade of pink was not an exact match. So I added in some purple in the shade Lilac. Once I mixed that in, we got an exact match to my strawberry frosting, and it was time to paint the strawberry frosting on this pencil case. Now you might be asking yourself, why strawberry? Why didn't you pick vanilla or chocolate? On a first glance, the answer might be really simple. Strawberry frosted donuts are just my favorite type of donut. And hey, that answer would be true. I am a fan of strawberry frosted donuts. They are my favorite type of donut. But guys, the real reason I picked strawberry frosting is actually a lot different. It involves a different story. I think a strawberry frosted donut is a weird choice. Usually when I ask people what their favorite donut is, they'll usually say a Boston cream, or they'll say a chocolate frosted donut. But I actually have a secret. I had a terrible experience with chocolate frosting, and I can't eat it.
What?
No, you heard me right. I genuinely cannot eat chocolate icing. It makes me feel sick. In kindergarten, I actually loved chocolate frosting. I loved it a lot, but that sadly all changed one momentous, fateful day. I was eating my lunch, like any good little kindergartner does. And inside something called a Lunchable. I don't know if the kids are eating those these days, but back in the day when I was in kindergarten, a Lunchable was all the rage. I had the little pizza kind. I was living large. It was a very good day because I had this Lunchable. Things quickly went south. Inside the Lunchables, they always give you a
special dessert.
The dessert was a brownie with some chocolate frosting on top. They specifically give you a separate packet of this hot fudge type of chocolate frosting that you can apply liberally to the brownie. So I was all excited, and I put my chocolate frosting all over my brownie and ate the whole thing, and immediately threw up, puked, upchucked, yacked, vomited, vommed. Wow, there are a lot of ways you can say that you threw up. Huh. Everyone comment down below your favorite way that you can say that you threw up in class. Yes, I was that kid in elementary school that randomly threw up and everyone was like, huh, that kid just threw up.
Oh well.
Back to my crayons. It's funny how, like, no one actually cares in elementary school. People are just, like, throwing up left and right, and everyone's just like, I guess that's normal. What's honestly worse were the kids that would throw up on the bus. You know who you are if you've thrown up on the bus. The smell alone. I'm getting off topic. Anyway, did I just have a stomach bug? Probably. But ever since that moment where I threw up in class, got really sick, got sent home from eating chocolate frosting, I have not been able to eat it. Chocolate frosting is disgusting to me, personally. And let me be clear here, my problem is very specifically only with chocolate frosting. I understand why people like it, but I can't eat it. I will eat vanilla icing, I'll eat strawberry icing, but chocolate icing is horrible. And that's the story of how Lunchables tried to kill me. Wow, that story really took a dark turn. I started one place and ended up completely somewhere totally different than I expected. I'm working currently on the sprinkles. I'm adding individual highlights, and then I'm also working on the eyes for this bunny. So the eyes were actually very straightforward this time. I added my pupils, I added some purple irises, I added some highlights to this bunny, and then it was time for the back cover. I'm starting off this process with a white base coat for all of the parts that I'm going to be adding strawberry frosted icing to. On the bottom right corner, I also added some bunny ears. And now it's time for some colors. First thing I wanted to do was just get the bunny out of the way, so I painted the small amount of blue and blue shading because the majority of this is going to be pink strawberry frosting. I added some frosting to the top of the bunny's ears, and then it was time for some shading. So I shaded with a slightly darker pink color around the outside, and I was really trying to replicate what I did on the front on the back. I naturally wanted to compare the front to the back, so I flipped it over while it was wet. Twice, actually, not realizing it. I ruined everything.
Oh my gosh, no!
And then I fixed it off camera because I panicked so much. And we're good, everything's fine. Apparently, if Angela's leather paint is not completely 100% dry and you take some alcohol swabs to it, you can remove it from this very specific pencil case. I don't know if that would work for everything, but it did work for me in this instance. And now it's time for the sprinkles. For the sprinkles, I really only did red and purple. I also added some more hot pink liquid flowing throughout the strawberry icing, and some light pink to the inside of the ears for this bunny. He's lurking down there. And last but certainly not least, I added a highlight to every single sprinkle. I also added my Bella with the shooting star signature to the top right corner, and here we have the final pencil case, finally. We have the front, which is the strawberry frosted bunny. He looks like he's either laying in a pool of strawberry frosting, or he's being shot out of a cannon with strawberry frosting just hurling behind him. I kind of like the second option better. The bunny's just being blasted out of a cannon. A strawberry frosted cannon, of course. He seems content though. And then we also have the back of the pencil case. The back just has a lot of drips of strawberry frosting all over it. This bunny is really getting strawberry frosting everywhere. And wait, what's this? Who could be inside? I just realized you don't have a name. Darla. Darla and Goldie. Here they are together, my two pencil cases that I painted in both part 1 and part 2. First they looked like this, and now they look like this. The same. I really love their cartoon forms. I feel like they just look so similar to the squishies. I can't believe I did that. I had so much fun making this video. I love Angelus leather paint, and I can't wait to do more painting on things projects. Thank you guys so much for watching, and I'll see you next week for another video. Bye!